how rich can you get from YouTube? In this video, we're answering how YouTube ad revenue works, how much money you can make from YouTube, and all the other ways some YouTubers profit from their channel, including some monetization tricks you may want to use yourself. For example, I'll be explaining how a video with less than 1,000 views made me over $500, and yet a video with 10,000 views made considerably less. So, let's delve into the truth about making money on YouTube.
Now, in terms of how much ad revenue all of that earned in 2020, the main channel here earned a whopping $2,082,858.68.
I think I'm about $30,000 in credit card debt right now.
No.
Yeah.
Both of these two great YouTubers have fairly similar audience sizes, with several million subscribers. So, how can they be in such different financial positions? One a multi-millionaire, one in credit card debt. And of course, it's not just these two. There is a divide all across YouTube, where some creators seem to have incredibly glamorous, luxurious lifestyles, whilst others talk about struggling to even pay their bills. Now, their spending habits are obviously a factor in that too, but the truth is that when it comes to making money from YouTube ad revenue, views are not paid equally. Some creators get paid far more for the exact same amount of views. You see, YouTube don't set a price for ads. They don't say, you'll get X dollars for X views. Instead, every time an ad is displayed on a video, advertisers bid how much they're willing to pay to be in front of that content. Which means that for certain types of videos, advertisers will pay much, much more. Let's go back to our example of Graham Stephan and Laugh. The reason Graham's ad revenue is considerably higher is because he talks about finance and investing, topics which advertisers are willing to pay much more to be in front of. That's typically because if you're selling something finance related, you often have higher profit margins, and you also know that anyone watching a finance video is very likely to be interested in what you're selling. Whereas Laugh's channel was pranks and now vlogs. To advertisers, those aren't the types of videos that they want to pay a lot to be in front of. They don't fully know who's going to be watching those type of videos, and they don't really relate very well to any particular products or services. So, when it comes to YouTube ad revenue, the riches are in the niches. Certain types of videos are simply much more valuable to advertisers, and so they will earn far more. And if you have your own channel, when you go into Creator Studio, you'll be able to see which of your videos advertisers are paying most for by looking at the CPM. This metric tells you how much advertisers pay for every 1,000 monetized views of that video. So, hypothetically, a comedy sketch may have a $2 CPM. A video about insurance could have a $40 CPM, which means that for every 1,000 views, the insurance video is getting 20 times more money. After 1 million monetized views on both videos, one would have about $2,000 and the other would have $40,000. And whilst that may seem a little unfair, it does make sense. Because you can imagine an insurance company would be willing to throw big money to be in front of a video that's about insurance. Whereas not many companies are going to throw big money to be in front of a comedy sketch. However, if you are in a niche with a typically low CPM, remember that every video is ranked individually. So if you were making a comedy sketch, if it was a comedy sketch about making money, finance, investing, real estate, business, lawyers, or anything else that advertisers would likely pay more for, you can still get a high CPM. Because YouTube is looking at the words you say within your video and your title and tags. For example, if we go back to Laugh, he said that one of his most profitable videos of all was when he interviewed a day trader. Now, he has interviews with far more views, but because day trading and investing are keywords with such high CPMs, he made considerably more money from that video. So if you really wanted to, you could deliberately make content around topics that are known to be more profitable. This meme perhaps sums it up best.
You are making $500,000 and you were only gonna pay me 30?
You're getting 30 grand? I'm getting 1,000!
You guys are getting paid?
But that's not the full picture. Advertisers don't just pay more for certain topics and keywords, they also pay more depending on who the ad is being shown to. For example, most advertisers will pay considerably more for views from people in first world countries, especially America and the UK, simply because they know people in these countries typically have a higher amount of disposable income to spend on their products and services. After all, it's a bit pointless running an ad for a $500 product in countries where the average citizen could never afford that. In fact, because of the large amount of data Google has on most people, advertisers can target their ads based on a huge amount of different factors, even things like interests and estimated household income. So, the amount a YouTuber earns is not just based on what their video is about, but also who is watching it and how much advertisers are willing to pay to be in front of those types of people. Because advertisers will bid more to be in front of certain demographics and topics, which will drive the CPM up, so the creator earns much more money. And so you can see why a site like Social Blade that tries to estimate YouTuber earnings is never going to be accurate. You can see here, they're guessing the CPM is between 25 cents and $4, which for many channels is incredibly low. And even if it is between that range, there's a big difference between 25 cents and $4 per 1,000 views. So Social Blade can't possibly give you a reliable estimate of ad revenue. But hold up, because this is just the tip of the monetization iceberg. For the richest YouTubers, ad revenue is not how they make most of their money. If you want to make a full-time income from YouTube, ad revenue should never be your main revenue stream. It's too unpredictable, and quite frankly, there are better ways to make more money. Here's what you need to remember. Attention equals money. If you have people's attention, people who are watching your videos and liking your content, then there are countless other ways you can monetize. For example, did you know that one of the richest YouTubers in the world is 9-year-old Ryan Cagey? Some estimate his revenue to be around $30 million a year. But that's not because of ads. It's because he's set up other revenue streams through his channel. The beauty is, anyone can do this, even with a very small audience. And let's start with method 1. Affiliate marketing. Even if your channel has 0 subscribers, you can start monetizing right away with affiliate marketing. This is where you partner with businesses who have products or services your audience may like, and you promote them within your video. You'll get a unique affiliate link which you can put in the description, and every time someone buys through your link, you'll get a commission from the sale. You don't have to deal with making the product, shipping it, managing it, customer support, anything. Just make sure it's a great product you think your audience will genuinely like, and then you can promote it and get commission on every future sale made through your link, even months or years later after posting the video. You can find products to promote through affiliate marketplaces like ClickBank, but you can also try reaching out to businesses directly if there's something specific you want to promote. As for how much YouTubers can make with this, it varies wildly. If they're using something like the Amazon affiliates program, it won't be a lot of money, possibly a few $100s at most, because they're getting such a tiny percentage of the sale. But if they're promoting something like a digital course or software, it's likely they may be getting 50% or even more of the sale, because the business doesn't have any costs to make more copies. And so there are affiliate deals I've seen where YouTubers are getting several $100s per sale, sometimes even more. But now let's look at the second way YouTubers monetize their channels, which is sponsorships. This is where instead of getting a percentage of the sale, like affiliate marketing, you get a fixed amount up front to advertise a product or service within your video. Once again though, don't think sponsors are just for the big channels. This channel started getting sponsorship requests not long after 1,000 subscribers. Because it's not just about the number of subscribers, it's about how well the sponsored product matches the audience. Of course, there are some brands that seem to dominate sponsorships all across YouTube that you've no doubt heard many creators promoting. But again, remember, you can reach out to any company directly and try to make sponsorship deals. However, I would strongly recommend only promoting sponsors you actually think are good for your audience, because otherwise it will dilute the value of your recommendations. Whereas, if you only work with sponsors you know will be worthwhile for your audience, it will mean it's good for them, better results for the sponsor, and therefore even more money and credibility for you. Everyone wins. But let's talk money. Someone like Mr. Beast will easily be able to negotiate 6-figure sponsorship deals because every video gets so many millions of views. But even at around 10,000 subscribers, you can still be getting sponsors of around $1,000 if you have a highly engaged audience and a sponsor who's a great fit. Don't undersell yourself though, always ask for more money up front so you have room to negotiate. But now let's talk about number 3. Patreon and fan crowdfunding. When you've got fans who like your channel, a lot of them will be willing to donate money to help support you, in return for extra behind the scenes clips or earlier access to your content. YouTube itself does have a built-in channel memberships program now, along with paid super chats on live streams, but most creators seem to go for Patreon instead. But either way, let's do the maths here. If fans gave just $5 a month for access to some extra bonus content, if 1,000 people join, that's $5,000 recurring every month. And so you can see how the big channels with loads of fans can drastically increase their income by offering this kind of thing. But now we need to talk about number 4. Selling a product. Now, when it comes to selling products through your YouTube channel, most YouTubers go the route of selling merchandise. So for huge channels like PewDiePie, this can be very profitable. But when you have a small audience, just throwing your brand name onto some random t-shirt or mug probably isn't going to make a lot of money. I have seen people have some success by running limited edition merch campaigns, but what if you thought about selling a product that was directly useful for your audience? One very profitable option here is to create some form of digital course. Because if your audience enjoy your free YouTube content, it's likely some of them would be happy to pay to learn more from you. This can apply in most niches: fitness, dating, business. If you're sharing knowledge on your channel, there's a very good chance some people would pay for a full system where you can teach things much more in depth. Once you start selling your own product, your revenue can really skyrocket because now you've transitioned from just being a YouTuber to running a YouTube business. On this channel, I use the word magnate a lot, which just refers to someone very wealthy and successful within business. But sometimes I also use the term YouTube magnate, which means someone who combines YouTube and business together. Stick with me here, because this is how you genuinely can become a YouTube millionaire. Stop viewing your YouTube channel as a hobby or a job. Instead, think of it as a business. Because once you introduce all the different revenue streams we just talked about, especially the last one where you sell your own product, or even your own service like coaching, it becomes more than just a YouTube channel. The YouTube videos become free marketing for the products and services that you're selling. And that's where the real big money is. And let's be clear, this definitely doesn't mean your videos should suddenly start feeling like ads, where you're spending half the time just selling people things. But if you look at creators who are making a lot of money, most of that income is not directly from YouTube. It's because they've leveraged the attention their videos are getting. If this is starting to sound a little overwhelming, then bear in mind that the very top channels almost always have a team working with them. They're not doing it all alone. The reason they're able to put out lots of regular, high quality content is because they have a video editor, a thumbnail designer, and so on. Different people to help them run the channel and business so they can scale much faster. Because the more sales you get, the more you can grow your team and invest in making even better content, which in turn brings in even more sales and the cycle repeats so your income keeps growing. So again, I repeat, think of YouTube like a business. Don't rely on ads, have multiple different revenue streams, especially a related product or service you can sell. Then reinvest that money into building a team so you can scale it. Now, you may remember all the way back in the intro of this video, I mentioned a video with less than 1,000 views that made several $100s. And after hearing the rest of this video, that should now make more sense. But let's break it down. Number 1, there was an affiliate link within that video, and every sale through that link earned me $100, and so far it's had 3 sales. But number 2, there was also a link to the sales page for our own digital product, a course called the YouTube Business Blueprint, and we were able to track that one of the sales for that came from this particular video. But then there's also reason number 3, that this video has a very high CPM because of the topic. So if this video does take off and get more views, every 1,000 monetized views would be worth this much. So if it got 100,000 monetized views, it would make this much from ads alone. Now remember, not every single view will be monetized, but hopefully you can see that you don't need millions of views to make a lot of money on YouTube. You just need the right approach. And so this is why some creators can earn so much more than others, even if they get a similar amount of views, because there's so many different ways that you can monetize. But if you are interested in building a business with YouTube, like we've talked about, then feel free to grab the first module of our YouTube Business Blueprint for free by clicking the link below. I'm not sure how long left we will be giving this away for free, but if the link is still there when you're watching this, you can get it and you'll learn all about this stuff in much more detail so you can get started yourself. But now, if you're wondering who the richest YouTubers of all actually are, you can click on the video on screen now for a list of the top 10 along with how much money they make. Or alternatively, maybe you want to know how the YouTube algorithm works, in which case check out this video right here. I hope you enjoy, and I will see you next time.